Hi everyone, I'm back. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. I don't know about you, but for me this week has been extremely long. I woke up this morning thinking it was a Thursday. So, thank goodness that at least in Madrid, it's a holiday on Friday. And yeah, so for those of you who are here, hi, how are you all doing? Today we're going to be talking about connecting with your child, what that means exactly, and why is it important. So before I get started, I'd like to ask all of you, what's something you and your child enjoy doing together? So this might be, maybe for some of you, it's like a no-brainer. For me, it actually took a bit of thinking. Just because I was like, okay, I can say painting. And I was like, no, because I get stressed when we paint. Playing, not really, because I can't, there's only so much playing I can take. So for me, something that we both enjoy doing, right? Not just her and not just me, but both of us, is really just sitting and reading books. That is something that we both love doing, especially because we're at this stage where she kind of has memorized some parts of the book, so it seems like she's reading, but she's not. She's just repeating from memory, and it's fun and it's cute because then I see her reading to her younger brother, and that just warms my heart. So I'd love to know, what is something both you and your child or children enjoy doing together? And for those of you who are watching for the very first time, hi, I'm Denise. I am a parenting coach in Madrid, and I basically help other parents enjoy parenting. And especially since we have been locked up in our house, at least here in Madrid and in the rest of Spain, I have been going live regularly just to kind of share my experience of what we're going through, and as well share some tips that's helping me and I hope can help you as well. So, connection. For those of you who watched last week's live on mindfulness and parenting with Shar, you might have heard her and I both mention just how important connecting with our child is, right? And the reason behind that is because cooperation, which is getting our children to listen to us, right? Them actually doing what we ask, stems from connection. So the reason why kids do anything, why kids do what we say, is because of the connection. It's because of the relationship that we have with them. So that's why, for me, connection is actually one of I would say one of my personal core values, in the sense that I really feel that it is important to me and to my family. And so it's something that I really work on. So when connecting, I'm looking at my notes. So when connecting, I want you to think about how the experience is like for your children, right? So it's not a one-way thing where, well, we're gonna do this because I want to do it, and it's also not, we're gonna do that because you want to do it. And of course, those other options also have their moments, but it's also like the idea that it's something that both of you enjoy doing, where you're both enjoying spending time together, right? And there are so many different ways that we can connect with our child. My sister's watching, so hi. Hey Binks, how are you doing? Isn't it late? So what are ways that you can connect? So maybe the obvious one, right? The thing that when you think, okay, I have to connect with my child, I want to connect with my child, what can I do? Play. So yes, that is the most obvious way that you can connect with your child, especially because it's really something that they enjoy doing, and they love it when we also play with them, right? And another form of play might not necessarily get on the floor and doing, building the Lego or whatever it is that they want. And it's also just the idea of being playful, right? So it's not just, so in the sense that, you can still be asking them to do something, but to do it in a playful manner. So one thing that we do, for example, is when we're walking and she gets tired, then we start going on a safari and we look for elephants and lions. Sometimes when they don't want their teeth to be brushed, their dad has started this little, I guess it's like a game or a ritual where he pretends that they're like in a boxing ring, and so they really enjoy that, and they even like lift their arms and stuff. So it's just idea of making things fun, right? That's always a good way to connect with someone. Another thing is to be more mindful, right? This is very related to the last live when Shar did that connection exercise with us of how where we kind of like put ourselves in our child's shoes and we imagine their physical sensations and their feelings and their thoughts. So one thing is that the exercise of connecting with them through this meditation, and the other thing is just being actually with them when we're with them. So earlier today, I had my weekly group calls with other parents. Remember that you're always welcome to join us. And the topic that came up was how we, both mothers and fathers, have a tendency to always be looking at our phones, right? It's something that all of us are working on. So yeah, so the idea is when you're connecting with them, you're not looking at your phone and you're actually with them, and you're fully present in whatever it is that you're doing with them. So it kind of takes the pressure off of you always thinking you have to play with them to connect with them. Sometimes it's just really giving them your full attention, whether it's getting them dressed or brushing their teeth or giving them a bath, right? There's still things that you have to do, but there are ways that you can do them in a way that keeps that connection instead of disconnecting. So related to that is listening and empathizing with them, right? So it's something that I have gone on and on about, the importance of acknowledging their feelings and just showing them that you listen, that you're listening, that you understand, that you see them, and that you validate them. And another thing is also just, because when they see that you see them, then they feel connected to you. So that's a way to build that connection. Another thing that I have written here is physical contact, right? Those kind of like rough and house play, those like, like my husband, when he plays with them, they really get like wrestle, and he like throws them on the bed, and then they like climb on top of him, and that kind of physical contact, that's a way of connecting. And also just those really sweet hugs that they give you, or that they get from you, right? That's another way. And so that leads me to the last thing I have, which is like the bedtime snuggles, where you're both there in bed together. Maybe you're reading a book, maybe you're just like waiting for them to fall asleep, however you have your bedtime routine set up. And it's just kind of like that quiet moment in the day where you are able to reconnect, especially if you've had one of those like really long, stressful, intense days. And so at least you have this moment before they fall asleep to reconnect. And just like kind of like, not like, for me it's like you're with them, you're lying in bed, you have your blanket, but you also have that love there before bedtime. So these are my suggestions. So again, I said play with them, be playful, be mindful, do the connection exercise that Shar did with us. I will share I cut out the audio, and so I will share that in the video description. Another thing is to be more mindful, to listen and empathize, to do physical contact, to have physical contact, and bedtime snuggles. And so this is especially important when your child is having a hard time, right? When you're seeing behavior that is making you feel disconnected, or even like kind of makes you like reject your child, right? And I know how hard it can be to connect to your child, with your child during these moments. But really, it's during these moments that they need our love, they need our connection the most. So if you are seeing this really difficult behavior from them, it's connect. It's connect. And I know that it's easier said than done, because actually just last night I was speaking to my parenting group about this, and we were talking about the things that we're not really allowed to say as parents. And for me, it was that I am so tired of connecting with my child and still having this difficult behavior. Of course, like, so this was like a few weeks ago. Things have gotten much better since then, but it's just that when you are like rejecting them the most, right? When they're kind of showing you their worst selves, that's when it is the hardest for us to connect with them, to be the parent we want to be for them. And that is also when they need it the most. So for all of you who are going through that right now, I'm sending you lots of love. It is really difficult. We're all doing our best, both you and your child. Okay? So hang in there. And tomorrow I'll be back. I'll be talking about our week, our 2 weeks, right? Just like how things have been like for us, because we're kind of still at this transition phase of not stuck at home, but not really out, and not really sure of what is happening in the future. So it's just focusing on the present. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.